Welcome back, everyone. And today, like I promised, we're going to go ahead and go to the ossuary. Before that, I just wanted to say to everyone who's watching out there, hope you have a good day, and thanks for watching. And I hope that you'll please like, share, comment, subscribe, or don't if you don't want to. You know, it's completely up to you. I just really appreciate it if you would. Other than that, let's get into the action. Going to the ossuary, where all the dead people lay. This is also where we're going to find our labyrinth. The last one, basically. I have done some alterations in between the thing, and actually, as soon as I take care of these people, I'm going to go ahead and show you what I've changed. The first one you may have obviously noticed is the Fist of War is in, because the damage I feel is just so much more. I got some better gauntlets, and I also put in, now that we have that regen from this for mana, I didn't think I could go ahead and reserve more, so I'm using a Herald of Ash now, which has pretty much increased our damage by a lot. I wouldn't say like a lot, but we're getting the extra thing, and then overkill. It's a lot of damage. Just like Philosopher said, that's a lot of damage, you know. It's actually, you know what, it's probably so much damage now that Flex Tape can't fix it. That's how drastically increased damage we have. Plus it makes everything look even prettier. You know, cover everyone in ash and just explode them all in one shot. It's amazing what can change all just by doing one or two minor altercations, huh? Altercations. It's amazing what you can do when you go smash somebody in the face, and yes, that is what we do. Fairly well. Also, there might be some backward noise from my folks. You know how it is. Oh yeah, we also put in a mortal call because I am generating so many damn endurance charges here. We could go more. I don't think it's really necessary, but it's most definitely an option. Yeah, we attack slow enough to where at 0.8 we're a little bit over attack a second, so Fist of War, basically every other attack will get into effect, which is fine. You know, it's one of the major points of having Fist of War. It just does that massive buff. Anyways, now we have this damage reduction, and this is another really easy one. So you just jump through this. Also, once we hit 68, we can go ahead and go to that, and we probably will in this episode, and get our last thing. It's going to kind of be more reduction, I think, because there's not really a whole lot of additional damage. I mean, there's some additional damage in the tree, but most of it is reduction. Like, if we were to go ahead, we could get this way. If we changed things up just a little bit and went ahead with crit. If we, sorry, down here. Foolishness. If we remove this and then you respect a few of the points, you could go into here, along this way, and then right along here, along this way, and then here, right this way. And then let's say you specifically picked a sword, so you get more accuracy and crit here, and then accuracy here and range here, and then you could most definitely go with the crit route. Not a hard change at all. And, you know, that may end up being better damage in the end. But, you know, I figured this way we just don't have to worry about it. Don't have to worry about getting accuracy on any of our weapons, don't have to do any of that bullshit. In which case we just kind of, like, you know, ride on in real smooth. Cha-cha real smooth. Yeah, actually, it's also surprising. It's not surprising, more of just like, it's just what happened. is that we're kind of low level. I mean, we're not super low level. We're actually in line with it, even though I have killed more enemies than you really need to. I don't think I've killed more enemies than I usually do, though, because I have been trying to reduce on this, actually. So that way, nobody's time will be wasted. In fact, I went off screen and I used a lot of points. A lot of my materials I had, which I didn't have a whole crap ton to begin with, but you know, I had enough to try to roll things around and fix things. Well, I wouldn't say fix things, improve. Because this build does rely somewhat on having gear, though like I said before, not as much as other ones. I mean, gear isn't most important. I mean, I still have this level 32. I just replaced this, which is fine. Which, I mean, it was okay before. I just wanted something a little bit better and see if I could do it. This is still level 40. This is level 52, but I mean, it still can be out there. This one's level 55 at the moment. I think it's level 45 weapon though. And this one's kind of at the upper limit, but it can still be a little bit better. You know, this was kind of, it's okay. This is not that great. It's level 45, level 50. The power difference between these levels is actually quite significant. So, you know, between a 45 and a 68 where we're at now, it's only a few levels, but for gear, it's significant. Quite significant, actually. Oh, look, cutie. Oh, yeah, it's because I showed pictures of my cats earlier. Yeah, I have a kitty cat. Meow, 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 meow. He does meowing stuff, and he's an ornery little shit-ass, too. He likes to bite me. Well, okay, I wouldn't say bite, like, hard bite. He's most definitely trying to play. And he's most definitely much more gentle than he was, but that's because he's kind of learning still. I mean, he's still a kitten. He's a Norwegian forest cat, at least partially. And I don't know how much exactly he is, you know, the mixture. But he most definitely has basically all the features, and seems pretty high up there in purity levels at least. I'm just hoping he turns into a big, you know, 16-pound chicken. Oh yeah, that's another thing I got. I got some of these flasks, and this one's an instant one. Reduction is 66%, but it's instant recovery. This one applies 50% of it instantly, and then over time, so right out of this one, I can go switch to this one, and then I have this one just for longer sustained recovery rate. I actually have an extra slot there I need to put in, but you know, it's not super important. You know, that also takes my damage reduction further, and my damage reduction is already pretty massive. 68%, even though my gear's still kind of low and not that greatly rolled. So I mean, it's pretty good. All right. This, I think last time, yeah, it was last time. I misspoke and said, you know, this league is a good league, and what I meant to say is that this league, as in the Syndicate League here, I quite enjoyed. I liked the revamp they did on the. No, I don't want to remove him from the Immortal Syndicate. I like the revamp they did on these. Is the point. Because now there's a lot more of just things. Although I don't like having to collect them all. The crafting, it's kind of annoying, but because I'm like, oh, there's a 6-link one, and you have to get into. I guess not super far into mapping, but you have to get into mapping for it, and then you have to do the other one. And I think before, though, they didn't have all those crafting recipes, so it allowed them to put in a bunch of other ones by using the Syndicate missions. And there's also the unveiling stuff. which is a little bit RNG, and you know, but it's not so bad. I mean, there are worse ways of doing it. You know who has a really good crafting system though? Final Fantasy XIV. It's basically a class, or a character class. It's how to describe it? It's like, okay, so in Final Fantasy XIV you can make one character that can do anything, and they just change classes. So you start out as a lancer or whatever, and turn into a dragoon, or you're a warrior kind of thing. And so the item crafting are actual classes, and so they have their own skills and things like that. Although a lot of them are similar, but you get to level up each of them, and they're not too difficult, and you can get like super rare bonuses, and it's just overall a good time. It's actually much better than WoW's crafting. I played World of Warcraft for a pretty long time. I played a mage. I've actually played all the classes pretty much, but not in the recent expansions. I played in BFA for a bit. I was in a raiding guild. That was... ugh. I mean, the raid was great, and the raiding was part, but everything else was not so... Like, you know, you'd go out in the field on the thing, and if you weren't PvPing, you were like, oh, this is nice, I guess. And then you try, you know, they tried to put in or integrate finding these like chests and stuff like that, but the rewards you'd get out of them were just like nothing, bland. It's like, what was the purpose of it? You get like gray items, and you know, there was no chances of getting rare items. And you get gray items, and you get like power, like minor amounts of power for this rendition of legendaries, which in my opinion was much more inferior in comparison to Legion. You know, Legion felt like it was kind of a choice of choosing, you know, different power styles, and then you know, the rewards for the end of it was really nice. And so, you know, everything else, although towards the end there you could actually, you know, go into everything, which was, it was really cool though, to be like at the end of it and you felt like, okay, I'm at the end here with these ultimate weapons and I can do everything now. And it just felt like that was a good route to go. And I enjoyed it immensely. But the borrowed power from the harder Azeroth thing is not so, it was not so great. I don't know what they're doing with Shadowlands. You know, it's recently come out, everyone's just into it really hard and heavy. I guess not everyone, but quite a few people. I mean, Asmongold had like 140,000 viewers or whatever, something like that. Ridiculous amount. But you know, he is the quintessential WoW guy. He's like the guy you go to watch WoW. You know, I don't mean to, you know, bash WoW necessarily. It was a good game to me. I think that it really peaked at probably, like most people would say, is Wrath Lich King. But I think that Legion was a good callback, was a good one to set in place. It's where they start out the whole world quest thing, but you know, at the time there was it had a lot of good, interesting implementations, and the zones were nice, so you didn't mind so much. In BFA, they kind of felt like they just ripped all the quests from basically the leveling experience and just threw them into those world quests that would randomly generate, and it's like, okay. So really the only thing that was any good about BFA for, you know, world questing, stuff like that, was if you were in at all to PvP, which was, it was a harder focus on PvP. But I mean, they still could have wrote a few quests a little bit, you know, made them a bit more interesting. In fact, one of the best things about it was going to the island. I mean, you could go there and just be like, yeah, I'm your boy, I'm the big guy, let's go. As a mage, you know, you get to do this, you know, you get to go in there with the your massively huge DPS damage and one hit and hopefully blow everyone up. And then if you don't blow people up, then you're blown up, which is kind of, you know, it's how it do. Don't die, don't die, don't die. I mean, I don't think I will die. a little bit slow down here. Oh no. Actually, depending on how long, it may take me a little bit to level, and actually I'll split this into two, where I'll go ahead and do the, oh god, enough talking, gotta act faster. There is a build that is similar to this, and with a unique item called the Doriani's Fist, which is more focused on slams, and they do ice crashes, and it's got a huge, massive area. And that one looks really nice, and is kind of interesting, especially when you combine it with the Fist of War. Oh no. Because you see the whole, what is it? Well, you see the whole, you see a lot of the ice effect, or the thunder effect, sorry. Thunder effect gets blended in with the other effects, and just is a really big, shiny boom. Oh, he got away. Oh well. That happens.
This is grand.
I'm going to kill you, Giannis.
Nobody cares. Let's unveil, see what things we get. I didn't do it last time. This one's good. Oh, this one's really good too. I mean, this one's... let's just do that one. Generally speaking, life builds are easier to build for, and that's just because... If that pack... Oh, that's a good one. And that is just because you gain vows. Stupid. You gain life while leveling. So, in general, the easiest way to build is to build for life. And then just have resistances focused around that. It'd be amazing if you could have like a low life build, but it would be like you had like still a ton of life, but has low life, so you'd be like reserved like 30 or 70% of it, but even at 70% you had like, you know, 5k, which is impossible. And, you know, I'm just talking gibberish about it, but it would be kind of cool to have something like that ridiculous amount of life. Like if you're one of the ascendancies, like the Jug's ascendancy, you'd get in it like 30% increased life or something ridiculous. And then you're like, ha, I'm the king of the castle. I've got reserved life, but I still have even 3k reserved, even though I have, you know, low life reserved. And then you'd be like, oh, man, what can I do with this? I don't know. You could be like, I'm gonna be a low life spellman physical magey build. I don't know. It's just a bunch of gibberish, but I mean, it's just an idea I was thinking about. There are some interesting things you can do in the game that I would like to see more implemented. Well, we have hit 68 now. Let's see here. We're gonna beat this boss up here. That shouldn't be too much trouble. In fact, we're gonna do this first, though. We're gonna put in some points here. I had to take away some life because I needed the extra. I needed this here so that way I could continue building. 1, 2, 3, that give me 24% and 10% chance of resist all. I don't. Well, actually, I will need it, so. Okay. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go there. And then we can go here, get these life nodes. Life nodes, they're one of the most important things about this build. Oh my god. Holy crap. That was so ow. I don't know how I lived through that. Oh, Immortal Call. Duh. And then, if you didn't know, the Infernal Cry here, it actually covers the enemy and... Oh god, they're hitting me so hard. It actually covers the enemy in ash, which makes them take increased fire damage, as well as makes them take or slows them down significantly. I don't think I should be taking these hits, but I still am. Ugh. Oh yeah, I forgot that guy's no longer here. Look at this. Look at this. This smashing. Smashing and passing. No problem. I should be dead. Why am I not dead? Oh yeah, because I'm a tanky build. And I can resist a lot of this crap. Okay, my thing's still up. They're generating. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to do this. My bad. I could have done it, the damn thing to 40% faster. I didn't because I'm a moron. Well, I'm not a moron. I make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. Please let me. I'm sorry. Oh no, Bannon! What's gonna happen to you? There we go. He exploded. Now talk to him and he's like, oh, meet me at the horns because you're so horny. It's just like, what? No. I'm not that way. You're that way. Is this any good? I doubt it, but oh. Let me discover it. Yeah. Let's see. Trash. Well, that's not surprising. This run through has actually been relatively bad for me. I mean, usually I do not get this many trashy items. And so I guess, I mean, some items have been okay, and I mean, there are people with worse luck than me in this, but you know, it's just been kind of a real slog for getting items and stuff like that. It's been kind of a pain in the butt. And I've kept this here because I didn't know if I wanted to completely switch or not. Ugh, okay, so next time I'm not going to go fight Katov, I'm not going to finish it. We're actually going to go do our labyrinth because we don't want to fight the blast boss, kill him, and then have a 70 or have a reduction in our resistances by 30%, and then try. We're going to hey, rude, sir, rude. Okay, yeah, go away. Leave me alone. Looks really cool though. Anyways, we're gonna do that. And then after that, we're gonna fight Katov, and that's probably gonna be just kind of a video in itself. And then, yeah, we'll be done. It's been a nice ride. Hope you guys enjoyed it. So please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.